cloud computing. I request Mr. Ranjit Kumar sir, Nelson sir, and Dr. Anita Shri ma'am to occupy the seats. I request you all to stand up for Tamil Taiwan. Behavior is the word in which everyone shows their image. The count of emerging entrepreneurs in India have been booming for the past 2 years. In order to be a successful entrepreneur, it is necessary for having a good behavior. I request Dr. T.P. Anita Shri ma'am to give the welcome speech. Good morning to all present here. Energetic good morning, I need.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's nice. Good morning to all present here. As Vivekananda said, neither money pays, not name, not fame, not learning. It is a character that can lead through adamantine walls of difficulties. Yes, to become an entrepreneur in this competitive world is not an easy task. Do you all agree this? Do you all agree this? Yes, nice. So we need to overcome more difficulties, many hurdles, right? So and to work hard to become a great entrepreneur. I'm very happy to invite you all for this national workshop. Specifically, I'm very happy to invite our beloved chief guest, Mr. Ranjit Kumar Panjabakeesan sir, co-founder, CEO, Levitech Consulting Private Limited, Chennai, for accepting our invitation to be a resource person for this national workshop on behavioral development for emerging entrepreneurs. He's a great entrepreneur. He had more than 3 decades of experience in IT sector and many more multinational companies. And he has done a wonderful projects in and around the world. And he educated many people in his career in many aspects. Everybody is now flourishing in the blossoms. We welcome you once again, sir. Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to welcome our prestigious SSC colleagues, faculty members, and dear students for this national level workshop. We welcome you all. Next, very important people, without their presence, this will not be a great day, right? That is, the participants from various colleges in and around Chennai, they came here to raise this occasion in a very, very grand, successful manner. Thank you all. And we welcome you all for this national workshop to integrate a nation with innovative ideas of entrepreneurial skills. So I hope that this create a way to motivate you in terms of equip yourself with the entrepreneurship skills. Thank you all. And thank you once again, each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Dr. T. Janita Sri ma'am and Dr. Nelson sir to felicitate our chief guest, Mr. Ranjit Kumar Panjabekesan, co-founder and partner of Flexible Consultancy in Chennai. I request Dr. Nelson sir to introduce the chief guest.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good morning to all of you present here. Thank you very much. I have very much. See, entrepreneurship may be a new subject to you, I hope. I was once an entrepreneur. I was working to it. I started a computer center where it should not have been started. The location was not suitable. I was reading people traveling this side from my house on to 3 kilometers inside my town, go for studies. And that too I read, say around 800 people travel from this place. I thought like to substitute them with the business. For me a business, for you the business of education. I thought like I started, I think, strategy. I think when I was coming over here, I was thinking what would be the developmental behavior for entrepreneurship. Educating yourself or educating, learning, process of learning, process of understanding. So many questions are there. Will be answered like without with that simple no. Let me introduce our chief guest of the day today, Mr. Ranjit Kumar Panjabekesan. He is well known to us, already visited a number of times. He is a co-founder and partner of Levitate Consulting, and he is an enterprise architect. Enterprise is developed by an entrepreneur. Yes, a business. Basically, he is passed out from the Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore, in BE Electronics and Communication Engineering. Then he graduated to MBA, Bharatiya University, Coimbatore, one of the renowned universities. I was asking him a question. Well, for a business entrepreneur, business thing like MBA has to be taken as a degree or what? He said no. I know one fellow like a seller of mat, producer and seller of mat, you know, not this synthetic mat which is there from palm trees. He is a leading businessman in one of the village called Pilakare where I work. He is a leading businessman. He is that time somewhere around 30 years before itself he talks about things in lakhs. When we were paid with only 800 rupees as salary in 1987, in hundreds. And that was the question there. How he became an entrepreneur? Answer is, can I have to take a MBA from BIM Bharatiya Institute of Management in Trichy? Renowned IIM faculty? No, not necessarily. You can develop the qualities. Answer is with him. Let us be listening to him for all the needs. He has served in many of the aspects, many of the capacities in the industry as a project lead, project manager, delivery manager, and so on and so forth. And he is an expertise. He is an expertise in the field. Sorry for the inconvenience. kind of printout. Expertise in enabling SMEs. SMEs, okay, we will tell you what is an SME. Startup. Now today, a new name or new terminology is being named for beginner, developing or under development entrepreneur is startup. Any idea you have can be converted. He is enabling gentlemen in enabling SMEs. He is optimizing entrepreneur business operations, enabling enterprises extra budget by optimizing IT spend. He is a lead generator, leading large detail and pursuits of amount $100 million, creating and growing solid customer relationships. His specialties are he is a national level market intelligence, global goals and industry 4.0 for private strategies on ICT enabled transformations, strategic advisory and spearhead business strategy for clients, enterprise architect and cloud consultant. He is a great financial operator, advisor. Such a enabled, experienced person is with us. Let us all try to utilize what he is delivering and let us try to take it up in the right sense. Thank you very much for the opportunity again. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelson sir. Now I request our chief guest, Mr. Ranjit Kumar Panjabigesan, to take over the session.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? All good? Firstly, I take this opportunity to thank Science University. Science University, the educational, or educational. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me now? Yes. Good. So I take this opportunity to firstly thank the Science University Education Institution, the management of Science University, Dr. Anita Shriman, Dr. Nelson sir, BSD sir, and the entire ex-generation leaders, the budding entrepreneurs, who have taken the time out in the midst of your busy schedule and priorities. I know how it is painful. When I was on the other side, when I was studying the college, I know the kind of practical stuff that you have to do, and I know you have a lot of exams, a lot of tension, pressure and things like that, right? So first of all, thank you so much, and I take the opportunity to thank all the professors and people from all the colleges who are at the moment of this session. Thank you very much. So, the topic that was given was behavioral development for budding entrepreneurs, and I think Nelson sir had talked about, is it mandatorily required to have an MBA? I said no. We'll clarify why. Do we really need an education to do an entrepreneurship? It is so good. We can look at. I was also giving an example to him about the Dabba Wala in Mumbai. You know, right? Dabba Wala. You know what? The Dabba Wala, he presents a case study to the Harvard University guys. Does it mean that he has an MBA in hand? No. It's all about the commitment, dedication, and the discipline that we bring in. That is critical for entrepreneurship. So, if you are saying that if we study in a renowned university, a top legendary university and things like that, that's not what it is. But however, you can take the lessons and experiences from the legends, and you can try practically implementing. That's as simple as that. And in today's world, if you look at it, we have got internet, and we have you are able to access anything at any point of time, sitting anywhere, right? So that's the power of the digital world. So you have access to any learning material or experience or case study of how the top companies that have grown up, or like Nelson sir pointed out, the term startup, right? It started up, then it started going up further, and it became a bigger organization, right? And it started helping the society, it started helping and transforming the lives of society, right? So what it takes to be a successful outcome. Are we all ready? Are we ready? Okay. First thing, it's extremely important to understand. It is extremely important to understand our value. People might say that you are not good at that. People might say that no, this won't come to you. Say no to naysayers. Simple as that. You know Arnold Schwarzenegger? You know the story of Arnold? Can anybody tell? He is just a finance person. He wanted to build his muscle. He wanted to be fit. He wanted to build. Can anyone realize that he will become a Mr. Universe? That's the power of discipline, dedication, and commitment. So, why do you need to know your value? Let me read this story. A bar of iron, the cost is $5. Made into hard shoes, it's worth $12. Made into needles, it's worth $3,500. Made into balance beads for watches, it is worth $300,000. Just look at the value of a single bar of iron. Right? What is extremely important is the transformation in terms of how am I transforming myself. Did I really understand my value? Do I limit myself? No, I can do that. My parents say that I can only do this. My friends say that no, you are only equipped to do that. You don't have the talent. Forget about all that. Don't have limiting beliefs. We should not have limiting beliefs. That's as simple. Your value is determined by what you are able to make use of yourself. Make yourself. You need to determine, you need to challenge, you need to say that. You can say, that's it. What you are talking about, $300,000 is not my value, it is $500,000. You challenge. That's the power of yourself. That is what we all need to realize. If somebody is saying that he is worth the value, nobody can determine the worth of our value. That is extremely crucial and extremely critical for all of us to understand before even we get into jumping into understanding the behaviors, the traits, the skills, the talent, the competence of other person. Right? Or do you all agree to this? I need a big yes.
Yes, sir.
So again, reiterating the fact your value is determined by what you are able to make of yourself. So don't shortchange yourself. Don't have limiting beliefs. Right? Let's get the fundamentals right. What is iteration? We have something and we are trying to continuously improve on it. We want to make that effective. Right? There is a process. I want to make that effective. I am studying. I want to, let's say I am scoring 80%. I want to go up to 90%. I want to go up to 100%. So there are some practical steps and measures. There are practical steps and measures that I am taking to improve myself. So continuously improve. It could be any solution or it could be anything that you are doing, right? It could be for example, you are using a mobile app. That app is not performing, right? So what the company does, it starts putting together some upgrade. It does improvement. You have an operating system. There are some upgrades. There are some software features that are getting upgraded. Some cyber hacks happen. Some security vulnerabilities are getting addressed. And all that, right? There's a continuous improvement that is happening. That is called as iteration. Iterating to make things very effective. Working on the old things, but making it effective. That is iteration. Innovation. This is a word everywhere, right? We all innovate, we create, we innovate, right? Creating things new, creating new things. That is innovation. Right? You have something you wanted to create. You want to create new things. You have an electric bulb. Now you are talking about LED. A lot of things are coming up, right? So invention, discovery, creativity, innovation. But the powerful aspect of it is disruption. Why do you want to look at iterating the old things and making it effective? Why do we want to create just new things, and that new thing will become old, and again we start putting measures to make it effective, right? Correct, we are making it effective. So why don't we disrupt? What is disruption? Creating new things, but making things, existing things obsolete. Can we look at some examples? Way back 20 to 25 years or 30 years back, what exactly happens is our parents or our grandparents, they have to stand in the queue line in a bank or an ED to pay that, to make some transfers, to make some payments or do some bill payments and things like that. Now what happens? It's just a single click, you can make the payment, right? You are using different mechanisms. It could be a Paytm, it could be a PhonePe, and a lot of other payment engines that has come up. So your life has been made very simple by the kind of a transformation that has been brought in. You can sit at your home, you can order. Anybody tasted Khalid's biryani? Khalid's SS biryani? You have tasted, right? So you can sit at your home. You can sit at your home, enjoy watching cricket, and order the biryani along with your friends and have a great feast. Isn't it possible? That's the power of disruption. So I am here, I am just to make sure you understand things right. That's the disruption. The largest taxi company owns no taxi. You don't need to have a taxi. You just need to have a mindset to get the owners, put a platform, and then do a consolidation and facilitation for the leveraging the platform. What about Swiggy? Same concept, right? I have restaurants. You don't own any restaurant. You don't need to own any infrastructure. Largest phone companies. Skype is a classic example for it, right? do not want telecom infrastructure, most valuable. Take Amazon. What does it do? Alibaba. Content, from a content perspective, we are all using social media. Facebook, Instagram, right? How do they leverage? They leverage just the data. So that's the power. So you don't need to have a lot of infrastructure, but you need to leverage things which creates convenience for people. That's the power of this country. Fastest growing bank had no actual money, society won. World, Netflix, everybody is using Netflix, right? These are some examples that we need to understand. But here, I just want to relate a couple of things. One, I said, don't regret me. Why did I say that? All you need to understand is how Jeff Bezos built Amazon. That's all. Read case studies of Amazon. How he started, how he put together a cloud infrastructure. Right? How he changed the entire on-premises to cloud. Right? And how he made the entire retail, challenge the retail, be it Alibaba or be it Amazon. All you have to do is you have access to all these learnings. You just need to understand who is what he has done, how he has started up, how he has built the organization, and what maturity level that he has brought. Very simple as it. You don't need an education at all. Very simple as it. You don't need an MBA. You need to have a fundamental background because university might sound that way. But you need to have the fundamental background education. But however, you don't need to have any extraordinary education for that. You need to understand the nuances. You need to understand the trends. You need to understand the dynamics. That is extremely crucial. Largest software vendors do not own any apps. Do Google own any apps? All they do is they acquire companies. They start acquiring companies. They focus only on the data. They do a lot of analytics. And they leverage the data of the global world. Very simple as that. Again, just to reiterate, these are just examples. Now what happens Facebook, we are talking about metaverse. So a lot of things are coming up, right? How can they do that? They are actually putting together their strategies or their thinking process or their execution only on the things that are in trend. We are not working at the older ones or correcting the older ones and making them effective and things like that. That is required. That is iteration. They start creating new things. Then they start disrupting. But again, you might challenge me. You might say that, okay, does Uber work during a cyclone? Does Uber work during a earthquake? Exceptions are there, 10%, 20% is absolutely fine. But didn't it work for 10 years? During COVID, we had a challenge. Nobody is willing to because they have to. But still, they introduced a segregation in the cars. You remember? They introduced a segregation in the cars to make do the travel. So some iteration happened there. How to do that effectively, despite the challenges. So, while understanding the trends, while understanding the dynamics, we also need to understand what challenges might come in. Ukraine-Russia war might pose an economical challenge for you. We might need to understand that what is happening around the world and how it will create an impact to us. Does it make sense? So far, so good? Does it make sense? So friends, budding entrepreneurs, next generation leaders, you already have what? We talked about Uber, we talked about Swiggy. You might be already have something. No. You want to do something. You are the urge. Oh, is it? I have something. So you already have an idea. Already. I know that you guys already have an idea. You are thinking it. If I do, will it fail? Or probably some people might have started also. Some people might be running startups in this crowd. I don't know. But the bottom line is very simple. You already have. Everybody has got an idea in their mind right now. You already have implemented or you are planning to implement. which will bring positive impact to the people, growth, and environment. When I say when you are having an idea, right, be it Uber, be it Amazon, it created a positive impact to the people. It saved the time, it created convenience, it created efficiency. That's the idea that we should have. We cannot put together an idea that is going to complicate the situation. That is not going to work. Be it a service, be it a solution, be it a product. You can bring in a product, you can create a unique product, you can create a unique solution, but that has to create an impact to the people in terms of convenience, impact to the growth of the economy. It may be for convenience or growth, environment. You know, in the next 5 years, there are the petrol and the diesel cars or the vehicles that's going to go away. Do you know why? Electric vehicles. Environment. You need to have the same environment. You guys would have known about the sustainability goals, sustainability development goals, global goals. Everybody is fighting for them. 2030, we should have a clean air, we should have a clean water, we should have a clean health, we should have a clean, smart agriculture. All that is happening, right? Everything got deteriorated. So we need to bring it back. We need to do something to the society. We need to do something to the environment. We need to do something to the people. That's the kind of idea that is going to work. If anything that I am going to do, I will build in the next 2 years, I am going to make $1 billion or $1 million, I make a profit, I will leave away. That is not going to work. My dear friends, if you have that idea, please stop it, please put on hold. Any idea which is going to create impact to the people, impact to the growth, economic growth and the society, you would have seen classic examples. Uber, impact to the people, convenience. So we can talk a lot about that. And you may, these are not some classic examples that I am talking about, but you might know a lot of examples. So, don't, again reiterating the fact that don't listen to the naysayers. If you have a dream, and if you think that it is going to take time, and if you get a feeling that it is impossible, it is never impossible. It's not at all impossible. I am going to share a couple of top lessons from the legends, and how you can leverage that for the benefit. Very simple as that. Never give up on a dream just thinking that it will take a lot of time to accomplish it. It's not so. If you should start now in simple steps, then move forward, then you can do it. Very simple. You need not have to do a big bang approach and say that, okay, I will start in a very big bang, raise capital, raise funds, I will put a 1 crore, I will take sell some land, not even required at all. You just need 100 rupees or 1000 rupees. Very simple. You can know, you know this, a lot of people are leveraging YouTube very efficiently, right? But it does not mean that they make a lot of money in YouTube. It does not mean that it is easy. But they created the familiarity, the content that they create. There's a lot of efforts that is involved, and they need to sanitize the content. They need to curate the content. A lot of things are there. It's not that easy. No, YouTube. Archana is making a lot of money in YouTube. I know people will be seeing some serials and this Manadam, all that, right? So, all that, you may understand all that. But the point is, it does not mean that they make easy money out of that. There is a lot of work. They have to have some content writers, because they have to have some content writers. They need to create content. They need to raise the TRP. It's not that simple. But however, in the current digital world, my friends, believe me, you have humongous opportunities to help society to create wealth for you in the process. To help society, help create wealth for you. Very simple. You get yourself rich and you make people rich in that process. Or vice versa, it should be otherwise. Make people rich, in the process you will get rich. Simple as that. So, it's successful entrepreneurship, just read takes hard work, dedication, and a wide skill set. So now let's look at what kind of skill set. Basically, these are just key dimensions that we are talking about. If you have to start a organization or you got it as a startup, right? What do you actually make? It's an idea. It's an idea. What is the idea? What is your idea? What are you going to transform? Is that existing in the market? Is that existing? Is that service existing? Is that product existing? Is that solution already existing? What am I going to change? What am I going to bring unique? Right? That's the key. Then, do I have, what is the solution? What is the current state of that solution? What is the current state of the service? What is the current state of the product? Is it matured to go to market, or do we have to make some improvements to it? Or do we have to build it from scratch? So, do I need fund for that? I need to know how to raise fund. Right? Do I have to take loan? I will also give you some lessons, advices in terms of what you should not do. Very simple. That's most important. Nobody will tell that. People will tell that, okay, entrepreneurship, you can do business, you need to understand the business, you need to have the venture specific knowledge, you need to understand how to raise funds, angel investors, venture capitalist. You would have seen Suranai Portal, right? Out of this film, right? What did he infer out of that? All these are explained there. Very simple. You would have gone failures, you would have understood, you would have attended some failures. You would have hooked up with the venture capitalist. That guy will not allow him because there will be competition. He does not want him to grow. All that will be there. He is trying to relate it so that you can quickly grasp the fundamentals of what exactly it is. So, all you have to have is also a team. Correct? You take any company, any organization, what kind of functions you have in organization? You are going to sell a product. Sell your product. You are going to market your service. You have to market your product. You have to market your solution. You need to have a sales team. You need to have a marketing team. You need to have a team to support the execution. So you need to have a HR team to do some talent acquisition. You need to have legal team. You need to write contracts. You need to contracts right with customer. We cannot see when you get into Savita University, sign an engagement, right? I will study in this college and I will make sure that I am disciplined and all that, right? That's exactly the contract that you have to put with the customer in terms of what is the service that you are going to provide, what is the billing that he has to provide, what is the invoice, a lot of things are there. Again, reiterating the fact does not require MBA. You just need to understand the fundamentals. But can you do all alone? No. At the earlier stage, you need to understand that. But when you start growing up, you need to put together teams for handling each of these functions. Very simple. Then when you take the execution team, you definitely need to have an architect for your product or solution. Or if you are selling some service, it could be any service, right? You could be doing some cyber security service, or you might be doing some say technology service for example a support service, maintenance of an application like that. So all you have to do is you need to have the right team. You need to bring in the right team so that your fund cannot get exhausted. Very simple. Now opportunity specific knowledge. What is opportunity specific knowledge? Do you know the trend? What is going on today? What will happen if the current business that I am going to run is going to get obsolete? Somebody disrupts and says that whatever you are doing, it will become obsolete. For example, during the COVID time, right? People are asked to work. People work from home. Now the companies are asking to work from office. We definitely have challenge. We provide a lot of services, solutions, and products and platforms to the company. But the companies ask us to have these experts at the office. We are in a challenge. So these are all the kind of challenges that we need to force. Venture-specific knowledge. What is your venture? What is your business model? And do you have a clarity on your vision? what do you want to be in the next 3 years or 2 years? I don't believe in the 3 years or 5 years roadmap. At least you need to have a 1 year or 2 years. Very simple. Because in this dynamic world, the trends are changing. So earlier I used to believe that, okay, 10-year roadmap, I'll put 10 years and break it into 3 years and the last 1 year and things like that, but that won't work in this dynamic world. We need to change strategies, we need to shift strategies, we need to align our business models in accordance to the dynamics. So the major thing that you need to understand is the market dynamics. That is extremely clear. MBA does not, you don't need an MBA. Don't trigger an MBA. All you need to understand is how Dabbawala made money, how he helped the society. How Jeff Bezos made money, how he helped the society. How he created an economic growth for the environment. Very simple as then, does it make sense? Are you all good? Please interrupt me, please. I want to learn from you. So please ask questions. Please, if you have any thoughts, please tell, please challenge. Let's do a quick drive of the entrepreneurial drives. So, we talked about, okay, we have started, we thought we have an idea, we wanted to start it up, and we are thinking about a team. We know that what one capital all is prepared. So we are trying to secure it. We are trying to secure funds from various aspects. But I will also tell you what you should not do in that process. So what is most important are these 4 different dimensions that we are going to talk about. Personal characteristics, interpersonal skills, creative and critical thinking skills. Think that whatever we start will fail. It's never a rosy path. It's never a green path. People talked about hurdles. People talked about the bottlenecks, the challenges that we face while we try our startup, entrepreneurship, right? Be it a startup or any company or things like that, right? There will be a lot of challenges that will be coming in. How optimistically do we have a positive thinking? Can we turn it around? Can we look at what kind of measures that we can take to pull off? That's exactly is the power of an entrepreneur. Not, okay, I'm making money, I'm happy. That is not what it is. You need to have the mechanism to manage failures. That's extremely important. The second one is vision. You need to have a compelling vision. For example, if you have a compelling vision, it does not mean that I only have a compelling vision. Because the team behind me should understand the entire vision. They need to understand what the business objectives are, what is our product, what is our service, what is our platform, what is the roadmap that we have. Do I have a clear plan in place? Do my team understand that very clearly? That is important. The next one is initiate. Suppose if something is getting wrong, I need to be in a position to quickly initiate some project and then start working on it. I need to do some improvements, be it internally within the organization or externally. I need to make a lot of improvements. Right? Now, lead. Decision to lead. I need to lead. See, when you take the when you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to lead. You have to manage. You have to have accountability. You need to have ownership. Simple as it. I drive this entrepreneurship across companies. I drive this entrepreneurship skills across startups and small SMEs. Nelson sir was talking about SME, right? Small, medium enterprises. I drive this entrepreneurship. What is most important aspect is people just gather these skills, but you have to practically implement it. Not knowing the skills. Knowing the skills, everybody can know. You have to take in and take out. Have the heart and soul to implement it. That's exactly what will make a difference for you. Then risk tolerance. What kind of risks that you can take? Suddenly some contracts getting cancelled. Your product is, somebody has got a new product, somebody disrupted, your product is gone also. What do you do? You need to manage. You need to have a resilience. When something happens way wrong, you need to quickly turn around the situation and then come back at any point of time. So you might think that, okay, there are too much of stuff. So as an individual, can I handle it? You don't need to handle it as an individual. You need to have, at the initial stage, you definitely, at the startup stage, you definitely need to look at all the aspects. You need to understand the fundamentals. You need to understand what all of these areas, and you need to start off. Then you need to start off putting together a team. It's a step-by-step process. You cannot handle it alone. You need not have to take all the things on your head and do it. That is not what is required. When you sell your product, you are dealing with suppliers. You need to get raw materials. You need to talk to the customers. Somebody has invested on you. You need to talk to shareholders. You need to talk to investors. So all the people, you need to have strong communication skills. You need to communicate it very effectively. You go back to the customer and say that I have a product, I have a solution. People will sell the product and features. That is not what is required. Don't sell the product. Sell the problem that you are going to solve. Don't sell the product. Nobody is going to listen about your product features and things like that. What problem you are solving? What pain that you are addressing? What bliss that you are trying to make it in? That is exactly critical. The current problem with all the industries or all the sales, the marketing people is they take the voucher, they give all the vouchers and things like that, and they say that I have this product, I am more than the competitor product, and this is what it is. Nobody is going to listen to it. It just hardly takes 2 to 3 minutes to sell any solution if it is going to be exactly prescriptive. I have a headache. If the doctor gives me a tablet for stomachache, will I accept? It will create problems for me. Right? I am going to a restaurant. I will give you some classic example. I went to this, I was having a fever. This will be somewhat odd. I was having fever. I want to take some curd rice. Unfortunately, one of my friends took me to the bunyadi glass. You know how this bunyadi glass brings? It brings a plate and it has got all the fish, all the meaning he will ask us what to prepare and things like fish, prawns and things like that. I am already suffering from stomachache. My interest is curd rice. You need to understand the customer mindset, reading his mind and things like that, and say that, boss, I will get you the curd rice. That's it. That is what you need to understand. You need to be prescriptive. You need to be relevant. You need to qualify. That is exactly what you need in listening skills. Don't talk. In the sense, what I'm saying is like, you should not talk to tell your point of views. You should talk to listen. Gather insights, active listening. And in fact, there is a saying, I don't know if people would have heard about this. It's called as aggressive listening. Tamil, meaning I don't know how many people know Tamil. Many are Telugu. So they say that kaada kalti potittu kelunga, which means you have to take your ears, keep it down and listen to understand, not to leave any point. Because every point will have an impact to the solution that you provide. You need to gather insights, you need to understand, you need to be empathetic listening. Empathetic listening is customer has got a problem. You sold a solution. Customer says the post support. Let us say you buy a AC. It is not working. Probably you do not understand the configuration. You just missed the configuration. So what will happen? You start picking up the phone and say that I bought the AC for say 25,000, 50,000, whatever it is. It's a split AC. I did. My hard earned the money and all that. You started shouting. No sir, it will be like that only. That is not what it is. You need to be listen. First of all, empathize. Then you start the approach and clearly tell boss if it has a configuration issue. Probably I will explain you. I will come over to your place and I will tell you. That's a kind of communication that you need to have. Effective communication, effective listening. Personal relationship, extremely important. Emotional intelligence is a key aspect. How many people manage their emotions effectively? We suddenly get our adrenaline got shot and we started getting angry. By aggressively talking or getting anything. By assertively handling a solution, you get lot of things. So the bottom line here is, you need to transform yourself understanding these traits. If you are like that, you need to transform. If you are an introvert, you need to become an extrovert. If you are aggressive, you need to become assertive. If you are, you got it right, you need to play the cards well. I was an aggressive person. I want the way it has to be. If you talk to me 15, 20 years back, I don't listen to anything. I want the way it has to be. I was a developer. I want the code. The code has to work. I don't care about anybody. That's how you should not begin when you start growing up the ladder. But the point is, you need to understand it very effectively. Now, negotiation. See, you sell a product, right? You sell a product. You sell a product. Customer comes back and says, I know that product, I have the similar product, but the price is this. Right? Don't sell your solution for the value which it is not worth it. You can walk away. You got it right? We call in entrepreneurial terms, it is no regret price. We used to tell our best, final, optimal, no regret. We don't need to run a business without profit. We don't, meaning what I'm saying is that you need somewhere you need to make an investment. Maybe probably one product you can give. The rest of the volume products, out of 100 products, you can give one product for free. That is absolutely fine. Then you get a volume discount and things like that. But not at the sake of knowing that all the products will be purchased at that price. You don't need to sell your worth of the value which the customer is planning to reduce. You don't need to do that business at all. You can walk away. Very simple. That is one aspect of negotiation. The other aspect of negotiation is, suppose you have a team, right? The customer and suppliers are fighting. Your internal teams are fighting. You need to have a mechanism to negotiate well, understand the consequences, and bring in a win-win situation, because otherwise you cannot sleep. Because you will have trouble. You already need to manage a lot of things. You need to manage your client relationship, you need to manage supplier relationship, and in between you get a lot of concerns from your internal teams. You need to manage it very effectively. You need to have a clear conflict management approach in place. But in all that cannot be done overnight, it comes by practice, it comes by implementing in a day-to-day life. How many people have read Atomic Habits? Anybody? My friends, I guarantee you, read the Atomic Habits, even if it takes 2 to 3 months of time, your life will get transformed. I love it. James Clear book, Atomic Habits. You don't need to have an MBA degree. You just read that and then implement it. It will take time. You practice it, you implement it. James Clear, if you want to note it down. James Clear, Atomic Habits. There is one more I will tell in the next session. It will definitely transform your life. Very simple as it. The most important dimension that I want to address in business is ethics. You cannot run a business by taking a business from somebody. You got what I am saying? I am giving you some approaches, some ideas. I am giving you some connections, some relationship and things like that. But there is an agreement between us saying that, okay, if you do this business, you need not have to poach their internal business. For example, if I am doing a business with my client, I cannot poach their end client. You got it right? I should not solicit. I will say that no, I will bypass and then I will do business directly. That is not what it is. That is not ethical. You need to be truthful. Trust is the critical aspect in entrepreneurship. Trust is extremely important. If the trust fails, I will show you some powerful lesson from the religion. If trust fails, what happens? Ethical, you need to be honest, you need to do a fair play. You need to do justice for what you hold. Very simple as that. Even if it is going to be zero, if it is just a break even, you don't need to worry. You cannot lose your ethics to do professional ethics is extremely important. You cannot cheat anybody. You have to be trustworthy. You have to be honest. That is most critical element. Rest of the things like creative thinking. We have to be creative. Otherwise, we cannot. The problem is like with the disruption, right? Things get obsolete. So obviously, we need to create. We need to create new things. We need to continuously think on trends. We need to look at opportunities. What is the market demand? Where it is going to? What kind of dynamics that happens? And other aspect that I wanted to highlight upon is like you need to understand the geo-economics, geo-strategies. I will tell you what we have. I will give you some example of failure that we have. We had the EduTech platform. You use this EduTech platform, right? When you were at COVID, you use some online platform to read material, content and things like that. Right? We have a partner who provides EduTech. We didn't know we were aggressively selling in Africa. It has gone up to the principal secretary level. We are talking about the entire East Africa, Uganda, some 4 or 5 countries. It's talking about, it was about 2 lakh students. It was just at the principal secretary's signature. COVID came. 2 lakh students, just think about it, $3 per month. Look at, even apply a 10% to 20% profit. Look at the 2 lakh student, 1 month. But it didn't get materialized. That's one scenario. The second scenario is in Germany. We took our EduTech platform aggressively. This was happening in 2019 and the COVID started. What exactly happened is we didn't understand the dynamics. When we talked about the similar EduTech platform company whose owner they tried for 3 months and they left, they understood that the German people they prefer only Moodle. They don't prefer any EduTech platforms. Almost 9 months of effort is completely gone. So what is extremely important is understand the country dynamics for the specific whatever it is opportunity, or you need to understand the regulation, you need to understand the policy, you need to understand the immigration policy, you need to understand the visa policy. Again, you might ask question, do I need to understand all these things? No, you need not have to. You need to have a team. You need to have expert to understand. You need to get guidance. You need to look at அந்த அன்னப்பறவை வந்து தண்ணியில பால் மட்டும் தனியே எடுக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? So you need to understand. You need to understand to pick what is required to you. The problem with this digital, all this internet and social media and all that I'm talking about, right? There is a humongous information. There is a overwhelming information. You need to understand which one you need to pick up. That is the power of yourself. You cannot take up everything. Google says that. Google says this. That is not what it is. You need to know. You need to understand. That is the reason you need to follow influencer. You need to have mentors. The mentor will pick up right things for you. The mentor will tell you, okay, boss, you understand it. I follow a lot of mentors. I will show you some classic examples. Mentors in the sense I follow influencer. I have got a couple of friends. We understand it. Okay, no, Rajat, you are doing this. This is not the way. Then I challenge him. Then he says that the rationale is this because this guy has failed in this in the last years. So don't even try that out. Okay, thank you. And similarly, we reciprocate. So that is exactly what we need to understand. You need to have a problem-solving skill. That we talked about that, right? You have to look at problem in a 360-degree view. You cannot understand, okay, I will do a temporary workaround, I will solve that, okay, this month my profit will come. That is not what it is. You need to look at from a long-term perspective and understand what exactly is the problem. You would have heard about the 5Y analysis, right? Cause effect. You need to understand the root cause of the problem and address it. You do not do a temporary workaround. That will not work at all. Very simple. And recognizing opportunities again and again and reiterating, you need to change dynamics, you need to change strategies, you need to recognize opportunities on a continuous basis. The current opportunities or the current solution or the current services or products and platforms that you are going to sell might become obsolete. Think for failure. But don't have the fear of failure. Don't have the fear of missing out. Everybody, if I do, will not. Try it out. Don't even worry. Take it, try it. What's going to happen? I'm going to talk. Ask for help. Ask for support. If you are going to try, what happens? Maybe 10 hours effort, maybe 100 hours effort, 300 hours effort. What is it? You got a learning in the process. If it fails. No success has happened without failure. Very simple as that. Failure, you know, right? Abdul Kalam said, first attempt in learning. That's what it is. That's all we have to understand. If you are going to take a step and if you are going to say that I am going to fail, then that is not going to work anyway. You have a vision for your company. Obviously, you need to have goals. Yeah. What is the vision? The next 1 year, what are you going to do? How are you going to take your product? What is your product roadmap? Does the team aware of it? You need to have a goal setting. You need to have SMART goals. Do you know what is SMART goal? Simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. You cannot have goal that I will make $1 billion and I will become Jeff Bezos. I will become Steve Jobs. I will become Elon Musk in the next 1 year. Maybe, that might be a great goal. We can also challenge that. That's also possible. But all I'm saying is that you need to have simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound goals. Time-bound goals, you need to have time. It has to be simple. I will make $100,000 in the next 6 months. I will have like 10,000 users in the 1 year time frame for my platform. Like that you need to have. So how do I do that? I need to have a plan. I need to have that plan and execute that plan. The plan should be not, if I know the plan, it is not sufficient. My team has to know the plan. My team has to know, HR team has to do what? Procurement team has to do what? Supplier has to do what? Customer has to do what? Everything has to be very clearly laid out. That is extremely important. See, it is not, forget about entrepreneurship and all that, right? For a simple running a personal life, you need to have a plan. You need to have goals. What is my budget today, this month? How am I going to spend? What is my expense? Very simple, income, expense. You need to have a financial discipline, simple, right? All that has to be decision making. This is just to give an example, right? That's what we talked about. You have an idea, you have a dream, you have an idea, it becomes a goal, you have to put the goal into a plan, the plan you need to act on. That's all. Very simple as that. Any questions? So far so good? Interesting, not interesting? Please interrupt, please challenge, please share your thoughts. Like I said, I want to learn out of the process because you guys have a lot of stuff. You are in the latest digital.
Students, I think if you ask more questions and whatever the doubt that you have to start a company or making a startup ideas that you have, you can raise the queries here. This is the open forum and you can raise the question and sir will definitely help you in terms of what being a nice entrepreneur. That's what is our expectation through this workshop and make it so lively. You can put queries also. Of course, he is going to give some small demonstration in terms of how an entrepreneur within 5 to 10 minutes demo that he's going to give it. So, but it will be, once you throw the questions only, it will be very interactive. Is that clear? Right? So I'm expecting more questions from the participants. So this session is your query session. Please utilize it. Thank you.
We definitely have some time allocated for question session. You can leverage now as well as the section for questions. Okay. So far so good, right? So far so good? Okay, good. We talked about this. Overnight, nobody can become Obama. Very simple. Success takes long time. It might look that the success has come in like that, but that is not the way it is. There is a lot of sweat, a lot of blood, lot of energy, lot of efforts that have gone in any success that is demonstrated. That will not be known to anybody. What will be visible is only the success. This guy came in, this guy made. That's not what it is. Underlying things will be entirely different. This is extremely. I was talking about some. I was following some influencer. I was following some very simple tip and trick of the trade. If you know this voice flip, right? This guy Senthil, the comedian, says, where I get this turmeric rice, in which temple I will get the turmeric rice, in which temple I will get the curd rice. Right? It has got a meaning. Information is strength. If you see this movie, Irumbuthrai, Arjun's movie, this guy Arjun comes back and says, power of a digital world, information is wealth. So at the end of the day, it is data, it is insights, but the practical stuff that you have to do, I am just giving a tip and trick of the trade. The digital internet, the social media, information is humongous, information is overwhelming. You need to pick the right information. How do you pick the right information? You need to follow the right people. Follow Bill Gates. I don't know, you might have some your own thought process, right? You might follow Elon Musk. You might follow Steve Jobs. You might follow whosoever it may be. But point is, pick up some top 3 influencers. You might follow Stephen Covey. Pick up some top 3 or top 4, 5 influencers and follow them. You will, if you want to follow on sales, there are some people to follow. All I am trying to say is that don't read. You definitely have to have a continuous learning habit, but the point is you might need to have the ability to get the right relevant information very quick, very fast and very smart. That's the critical success. You cannot be reading everything. You need to know where to pick up. This is a classic example of my friend Matt Gray, CEO on the Earth. I just picked it up, very simple. I just picked it up. This will tell you what you should not do in an entrepreneurship. The fundamental failures. It is just a matter of reading for me some 10 to 15 minutes. Right? I am already doing this entrepreneurship. I read this for 10 to 15 minutes. It gives me some examples in terms of what I should not do. Suddenly our thinking process will do that, but we should stop it right away. I will show you some examples. Before we get there, very simple, we started off with an idea, right? We started off with the fundamentals, right? Iteration, innovation, disruption. What is iteration? Doing things, making things effective. Innovation, creating new things. Disruption, creating new things in the process, making old things obsolete. Then we talked about the idea. You should have an idea. Then we talked about a lot of entrepreneurial traits in terms of problem solving, decision making, risk taking, venture specific knowledge, and you need to, if you are going to start a business in Canada, if you want to start a business in Germany, understand the dynamics of the cultural dynamics. You need to understand how the people operate, what Japanese will look at it. And even, you remember that, right? If you see Indians, they will say no like this. But in other countries, this is yes. So there are a lot of such dynamics also. So we need to understand that if you say, for example, you are bringing a deal, and if you say no, then it is wrong. So you need to understand that. It's very simple as that. So we talked about all the characteristics that we have to, and we also talked about the habits that you have to imbibe on a daily basis and start practicing. You definitely need to have, you need to enjoy, you need to have entertainment. No, I'm not stopping your film, cinemas, your, your golf or your baseball, whatever it is, your swimming. I'm not stopping it. I'm not asking you to read. That's not my point at all. You need to be smart enough. You need to enjoy your life. You need to live the moment. You need to get entertained. But in the process, you need to be smart enough to choose what exactly your passion is and then drive the passion. That is exactly what you need to look at. But how do you do that? You need to follow. You pick up top 3 legends and follow them. That will actually clear off all your doubts. You don't actually need this session. Very simple. Okay, 7 things that will kill your business and how to avoid them. From Matt Gray, CEO and founder, who is my friend. The first, most critical problem is people start jumping into raising funds. That's a fundamental failure. taking outside capital is a fundamental failure before even understanding uniqueness of your solution, uniqueness of your product, uniqueness of your platform, uniqueness of the market that you are going to address. If you do not have done the homework, and if you start just, if you have to start a company, people will say, we need to raise fund, we need to go to venture capitalists, we need to be angel investor. That's a fundamental failure. Only when your business scales and how it scales, you need to raise the capital. The moment when you start putting your money from your pocket, you start bleeding without understanding. I'm not telling you should not invest. That's not my point. Too many entrepreneurs think outside capital will solve all their problems. This could not be further from the truth. Only raise money when you have a scalable product system and think and consider this. Before you take outside capital, make sure your business is scalable. Are we clear? First important tip and trick of the trade. The moment if you start putting your capital, forget about technology, solution, product and platform. At the end of the day, we are talking about dollars. We are multiplying that is at 2x or 3x or whatever it is. You are getting some loan, you are paying interest. You need to understand the cash flow. If I am going to get some loan, you start bleeding, right? You start paying the interest, your cash flow gets impacted. So you need to understand. The most important aspect in entrepreneurship is like read simple microeconomics. It's all about understanding what is profit, what is income, what is net income, what is my balance sheet, what is the cash flow. All that you need to have some ideas. But you can have your finance expert, you can have your finance team, you can have your auditor who can do all the due diligence for you. But the point is, at least you need to understand the basic maths, not advanced mathematics. You need not have to have integral calculus and then do that. That is not complicated. It's just the numbers. Just need to know what is my monthly income, what is my spend, what is my acquisition, who are my clients, how many referrals I have, what is the solution that I am going to do, how many users I have brought into the product, etc. Right? Very simple as that. So you need to have a complete understanding. We talked about you have a startup, you need to have the team, right team. You have a HR function, you have, right? What if you have brought the wrong team? Bad hires. You need to be very careful. The average founder takes, courtesy Matt Gray, he says, average founder takes 7.5 months to remove a bad hire. Avoid bad hires by being clear on what success looks like before you interview anyone. Don't take, for example, I have encountered some situations. We had some sales leaders. They were working in the US. They said that when we do the weekly progress, right? They say that I met Mr. Brian. We had a cup of coffee. I had a dinner meeting with him. But what is the outcome? My money is bleeding. You got it right? You need to understand whom you are taking. Is he real? Is he trustworthy? Is he reliable? Is he going to help your objectives? Is he going to help your compelling vision to turn it into impact to the society, growth and environment, right? If somebody we are hiring, you'll get into trouble. So we had to let go some 4 or 5 sales leaders from our team. They are very, very clear. No, get lost. I don't want all these people here. So being clear on what success looks like before you interview anyone. So invest more time in building it. Don't just let it hire. Somebody will come back and say, I did this and you know a lot of companies, right? Some companies will take a bigger person and then after 2 years they fire, the company will get shattered, and you would have seen a lot of stories, right? So you need to have good time, invest time and hire the right team to support you. Any person whom you are hiring should have genuine interest to support you. That's extremely critical. I always told that, right? Too many things, too many traits, too many habits. What should I follow? You don't need to do, you just need to understand the fundamentals of each of the functions. As an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as a founder. But you need to have teams. If you are doing it alone, and if you are not delegating, you will get into trouble. So what is extremely important? So see, my friend Matt Gray says, I delegate to experts like Ash, right? Who made these incredible visuals. He is telling, You need to delegate. You need to get things done by delegating. You need to know whom to reach out to for what, whom to get, who can do effectively what. Those sort of things you need. That is the magic you need to do. You need to outsource things. You need to leverage. That is what is important. Clearly document the desired outcomes. For example, you need to have procedures. You need to have standard operating manuals. You need to tell, okay, HR function has to do like this, procurement has to do like this. Like that, you need to have functions. Delegate to someone that can do the task 80%, more than 80% as you can. That means if you are very confident that people have the tendency that I want to do this, I will do that, I will do the micromanagement and all that will not work. In other words, if you have that mentality, that's not a good driver. Unnecessary meetings. In Amazon, they cancelled all these meetings. You know what? People will come for meetings, people will chit chat, and that in offline meetings, they will put the video off. They will start chit chatting. Is there any outcome? Any meeting cannot exceed 15 minutes. By the way, this meeting has to go for 1 hour. The reason is because this is a learning and takeaway session. Right? For me, I am learning out of this process. Right? So, any meeting should have only max 15 minutes. It should talk about, the outcome should be a decision or an action. Very simple. You cannot have report talking, I went there, I met the client, what was the discussion happened? What is it turning out? What was the product idea? What is it? What is the addressable market? I am just giving you examples. You need to do all the homework before that, send the material to them, ask them to come prepared and do the meeting. Otherwise, cancel all the meetings which is not at all prepared. And moreover, the CEOs and founders do not participate in any meetings which they do not add value. If you are going and participating in meetings, all the meetings of your teams, then fundamentally that's a failure. No agenda, no meeting. No meetings before noon, that's another different thing. I do a lot of meetings before noon, but after noon we start lunch and all that. So that is the problem. If you have to identify one reason many businesses and humans never achieve their full potential, it is meetings. Don't waste time on meetings. Use the time to think strategically, look at market trends, understand the market dynamics, understand opportunities that you can explore, understand what you could learn. Very simple. Don't waste a lot of time on it. Lack of systems. You know this KFC? When KFC was the total earlier, you know, right? When it was started, meaning at the age of the owner who started it, right? He failed miserably 30 or 40 times. And probably after 60th year, he would have started. What is extremely crucial in that KFC is, they have put the system, they have put the processes in use. They have put the system, they have put the process. Who has to do what? What is the objective? What is the procedure? What are the real steps? Many of the problems are happening because of the operational deficiency that we are running into. If you have a system and process in place, I always tell, I think ma'am and since they talk about accelerating the startups, right? I tell the startups, set your systems right, everything will fall in place. You need to have a sales engine perfectly working. You need to have your marketing engine perfectly working. You need to have your operation engine. Everybody has to cooperate and work. The sales guy, marketing guy will tell something and come. Sales guy will sell something and come. The solution guy will do something. Customer will be unhappy. You need to have a proper mechanism to cascade the information from the marketing to sales to the delivery engine and operationally make them excellent, and you need to continuously strive towards that, continuously improve. That is the key success factor. Will 94% of the problems in businesses or systems we have, not having proper systems, proper process. Very simple as that. Having solid systems in place. See, doing it. sure that you need to have a complete control on your finance data, you need to have a marketing data, your customer data, which customers, all that, right? You need to have a complete control and you need to have proper diligence. If you want to win in business, you have to have the data accurate. And just to bring, I was talking about the 10 powerful lessons, right? With that I will close that. 10 powerful lessons from the lessons. Your network is your network. Build relationships, build quality relationship. It is not hanging out with friends. It is when you can hang out with friends, but with quality friends. Who provides you guidance, who helps you grow in the process equals. Simple. Any investment in knowledge pays the best interest. These are my top 10 takeaways. Right? I follow this. And then I cascade this to everyone. One person never does great things in business, they are not anything of which we talk about. Don't sell anything you would not buy yourself. You have to be convinced. If you would not buy, will customer buy? If you would not buy your service, product and solution, if you are not convinced about, why are you doing that? We talk about trust. We talk about honesty, integrity, fair play, trust, etc. Right? It takes 20 years to build a reputation, 5 minutes to do it. If you think about it, you will do things differently. Obviously, there will be a lot of competition, there will be a lot of critics. People will not like you, people will pull you down, there will be no sayers, naysayers. You do not have to worry about that. You have to keep going on. Simple as that. If you cannot tolerate critics, don't do anything, you are interesting. To be successful, it requires commitment, dedication, discipline. You have to have your heart in your business and your business in your heart. We talked about this. Success is not just making money. It is about transforming people's lives. How many people's lives you have transformed? What is the impact that you have created for the society? What is the impact that you have created for the growth of the economy and the environment? The most extremely critical thing that I love. We might think that, okay, we are doing very great and all that, right? We always should ask us, are we doing things better? What went wrong? You have to have a continuous feedback. This is what John says. Whatever you do, it could be a simple process, it could be a simple step that you might be taking care of. But you need to have a continuous, am I doing it right? Don't make assumptions. Ask mentors, ask people, am I doing it right? And take your own decisions. Absolutely fine. It's important to have a feedback loop where you are constantly thinking about what you have done, how you could do it better. That is the single best piece of advice, and this I love it. Constantly think about how you could do things better and questioning yourself. Constantly ask questions. Constantly look at trends, opportunities, dynamics, and your execution strategies. You have to have a continuous learning habit. Like I said, there is a humongous information, but you do not have to read everything. You need to know whom to follow, whom to pick the right information, and use that information. Apply that information. Because those are all experiences, those are all learnings, those are all failures, those are all lessons learned. It will be very easy and it is available. So, anyone can become an entrepreneur. Do you agree? No education, no MBAs. Do you all agree? So that's it. Final thought for the day. We talked about this, don't limit yourself. You can do magic, think big, start small, learn fast. A lot of people do this. I will do this, I will do that, they will not just be thinking. 20 minutes of doing something is more valuable than 20 hours of thinking about doing something. I started my entrepreneurship in 20 years. I wasted 20 years. So this is actually applicable for me. Okay? So doing something, you want to do something and things like that, right? Do it now, sometimes later becomes never. The last important thing is from Tony Robbins.
The only impossible journey is the journey will never be. Anything is possible.
Got it? If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, recommendations, guidance, challenges, please do so.
Stop on the